So in this video, I want us to take a look at when you can confidently say to yourself that you have actually learned a particular programming language and even ready to get a job or even start building side projects on your own. Learning any programming language and being able to build something relevant with it is actually a process. Okay, and then it takes time, but they don't actually take forever to actually accomplish. So some people actually spend too much time at it, while some spend just minimal amount of time. And the reason for this is because they don't actually have the right orientation on what they actually need to learn on such languages to be able to build something relevant or even land their dream jobs. Okay. Well, the time you actually spend at this level is not actually of a great concern to me right now. But what I actually want to concern myself with right now is what you actually learn during this time. Okay. What you actually accomplish during the time that you do this. That's actually what concerns me. Okay. So people learn at different paces. I may not be able to learn at the same speed with others because we all have our different levels of distractions. Okay. So the distraction that you may be getting may not be at the same intensities with that which I have in my own life. And then our brains don't actually absorb programming concepts and then constructs at the same level. Okay. However, to view yourself as someone who has finally learned a particular language and ready to land your dream job or even start building some relevant side projects, you need to know how to, number one, add new records or data to a database or system. And an example could be something like inserting a new user's record into a user table in a database. And number two, it could be to be able to retrieve or query data from a database. And an example could be fetching a user's profile information from the database. And then the third one is being able to modify or editing existing record or data in the database or system. An example could be to, kind of updating a user's email address or even something like a product price. And the fourth one is to be able to remove records or data from a database or system. And an example to this could be deleting a user's account or removing products from the inventory. Okay, so the popular name that people actually term this is actually it's an acronym, so they call this CRUD. Okay, CRUD operation. So all of the things that I have mentioned above, the popular term that people normally use or acronym for this is called a CRUD. Okay, and then with that of the CRUD, C actually stands for create, and R stands for read, and U stands for update, and then finally we have D to be delete. Okay, now if you can successfully carry out the above operations, it means that number one, you have understood the core concepts of that language, like the syntax, the semantics, and the concepts such as data types, control structures, and some basic algorithms. And the next one is you can actually write code to solve problems and build projects without constant references to documentation and then tutorials. Okay, so I'm mentioning this because some people get stuck at what some people actually call tutorial hell or tutorial purgatory. So people stay at that learning curve for too long, and then they don't ever build anything relevant or something really serious with whatever that they do on those tutorials. Okay, so the next one I want to take a look at is that if you have actually mastered those CRUD operation, it means that you can now identify and then fix bugs, optimize code, and then solve problems that arise during development. And the next one is you have accepted to stay up to date with new developments in the language because things don't actually stay the same with any programming language. They are always updating things, and so you continue learning. That's just what that simply means. And then finally, as far as security is actually concerned, you will keep on learning how to protect yourself from people that will actually try to do some harm to your system. So it's a continuous learning curve. You have to always look for ways to always protect yourself, and then you don't have to let this actually pull you back for so long. Okay, because you have to, if you are to build something or try to protect yourself with programming constructs, all you need to do with this security system is to just be able to maybe use some security functions to wrap them around your inputs and things of that nature. Okay, so it's really not something very hard for you to learn, so don't let this pull you back if you don't know so much about security. Okay, so it's really very simple. So if you have learned how to perform CRUD operations, then I will say to you right now now that it is time for you to announce your arrival. So you can now build valuable projects and then you can seek jobs now. You will learn more at your job, and we learn more in software development from building real life projects. Okay, so you have to start building real life projects or take a job now. So target code operation and make sure that you master that very well. And then in summary, guys, so this is just how to learn a programming language effectively, and then learning by building practical stuff is actually the best way to learn programming and then be able to land yourself either your dream job or be able to build great projects on the side. Okay, so that's just what that is, guys. So if you have any questions, don't forget to put them in the comment section, and peace be with you guys. Thanks.